Before we get rolling though, let's talk about what Hollandaise is. Hollandaise is one of the 5 mother sauces of French cuisine. It is super important because of these 5 sauces, you can make an infinite amount of other sauces that derives from those. Hollandaise is very specific. It is an eggy, delicious, buttery emulsion that happens in the bowl. It requires a little bit of skill. Before we go any further though, before we even go to make it for our first time, I want to break down with you what most people get wrong about Hollandaise so we can avoid mistakes right off the bat. The easiest thing to solve out the bat is heat. Too many people struggle with being able to balance the heat. We need the perfect amount of heat to make sure that that emulsion happens, but if we have too much heat, our eggs scramble. If we don't have enough heat, it's just a giant lob of butter and it doesn't make sense. So it requires the perfect amount of heat. I like to make sure that mine is, again, just above a nice simmer in the bowl when we do our double boiler and bring it in through that way. Don't feel like you've got to jack the heat up. You want just a nice low simmer in your lower pot, and that's gonna help bring in the heat. Too much heat is just gonna scramble those eggs. Next is we add too much clarified butter too fast. Clarified butter is very important that we get this right, but we could be adding it too fast before we can get the emulsion right. Slow it down, get a ladle. Before you add in your next ladle of butter, you're gonna make sure that that's completely incorporated in before we add in the next round. It's important that we slow drizzle that clarified butter to make sure that it's all accepted into that egg emulsion before we add in the next layer. Next is not enough water to help with the emulsification process. Now, water, I'm not talking about just necessarily traditional water. We could be talking about lemon juice, the hot sauce, and things of that nature, but it is very important that we have that liquid there. It's actually gonna help stabilize that emulsion. We need something between the egg fat and this fat to be able to latch onto and to make sure that emulsification is stabilized. So again, I like a nice real lemon juice for mine, and instead of using cayenne pepper, I opt for hot sauce that's going to be able to be a part of that emulsion process. The next reason why your Hollandaise sauce breaks is because of a too weak of an emulsion, or we are whipping it too strong. Just like that heat could be too much or too little, our effort in veracity, yeah. Too much veracity in whipping our eggs is going to overwork the eggs. It's gonna make them very stiff. They're not gonna be able to accept in more emulsion. If we don't whisk it enough, obviously it doesn't incorporate all the fat in. We have to have that right balance. And again, we're keeping an eye on the consistency as we add on. And sometimes, you know, the recipe might say, 6 ounces of clarified stock, but you only use 4. Sometimes you might need 8. It's really about the site of where the clarified butter is at that's going to be able to give you the best judge of opinion on whether or not you need more or less. The final reason that your Hollandaise breaks is because of how you are storing it after you've made it. A lot of people can get a Hollandaise sauce, but they struggle to actually hold it hot. Maybe they pre-make it a little bit before they do their steak and eggs or however they're preparing it, and then they don't know how to hold it hot to be able to keep it in a liquid form and not breaking, or in a too cold and then it turns solid. It's important that we find that perfect mix. Make sure you stick around because I'm gonna show you exactly how we're gonna store this while we make some steak and eggs here in a minute. So stick around, I'm gonna show you exactly how I store my Hollandaise sauce once it's made. So this is going on top of a delicious steak and eggs. I don't have those made yet, so how am I going to hold this? There's 2 different ways. One, I could grab this and then immediately put it back over on top of my hot area right here and just kind of give it a swirl every once in a while. One of my favorite ways to do it is to get super hot water. You can get it from the coffee pot machine. Maybe you got a tea kettle, something of that nature. We're gonna get a rag hot. We could put it on top of this rag and then we can hold it up right back here on our stove. My 2 favorite ways to hold it hot. It works every single time. And again, you still got to keep your eye on it. It is a Hollandaise sauce, but it is the best way to do it. And again, who doesn't like a nice, delicious Hollandaise sauce? I'm Could just about sit here and, though probably not good for my arteries, I can sit right here all day.
Yeah, yeah, that's off the dome. Off the dome. Yeah, I never let nobody with no motion try to hold me. I'm an OG, and that's the old me. The way I'm sitting nowadays, the money stayed 9 ways. I'm sipping on a latte, why they all call me bougie? Bougie, I don't want no prayers from no haters. Probably waiting on my downfall, mad that we made it. And my wins on time, why you trying to delay it? And they say it's authentic, but they wins look plated. They fake though, and I need all my cheese, queso, provolone, and get all of my dogs out the trap like Home Alone. And Creed said I'm locked in, I really got no options. Standing on business, I need mines off the top then. Let them go ahead and count us all out. We just running up the numbers, watch us hit another level. Hey, can't hold me back, put the city on the map, boy, how you love?